What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Witchfire. We had the benefit of taking a look at this game probably about 6 months ago when it first released into early access. 6 or 7 months ago, in there somewhere, I haven't checked the dates. But beside the point, the game just came out with its first major content update, and I'm very, very pleased to let you know that after 4.5 hours, maybe 5 hours of playing the new alpha, the game is in the best shape that it's ever been. It's a very, very rare thing for me personally, as a YouTuber and as a guy that covers games, to get like a new patch and to be completely happy and satisfied with that patch, especially after like a really long wait. But in the case of this game, I'm happy to say that the wait was worth it, and if this is going to be the quality level of all the patches they release from here on out, I am happy to wait 6 months in between each and every one of them. So without further ado, let's crack right on into the game. Let's take a look at it and figure out if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or if it's ultimately not for you. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I have a link for you down below in the description. You can check it out there. I'll also have a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream. I do have a 4.5 hour VOD of me playing this game to prep for this video that you can check out over there. But let's go. What is this game? Like, what is it trying to be? Well, this is a really, really hard game to get the thumb on the pulse of, in all honesty. This is a game that wears a lot of hats and has a lot of genres that it's referencing. But at a core basic level, this game is like, what if you took... I'm doing it again. I've had people tell me on stream that they take bets with their wife on how long it's going to be before I bring up Escape from Tarkov. You know what? I'm not going to bring up Escape from Tarkov. We'll call it something else. So this game is kind of like what would happen if you took something like the Cycle Frontier, there you go, and then you mixed it with a Roguelite, and then you mixed it with like Borderlands, or you mixed it with a Schluter, extraction mechanics on in there. This is a game that has a whole lot of things going on inside of it. And so it's actually a very difficult game to put a genre label on. But at the end of the day, it's an extraction shooter roguelite where you are an inquisitor that goes into a witchpocalypse. So in this universe, the Catholic Church has been at war with witches for a really, really long time. And the witches won. They cataclysmed the world, and everything is all post-apocalyptic and annihilated. And you are one of the final prayers left, which is effectively a witch hunter, like Warhammer style. It's your job to go into sort of these witch-annihilated areas and try to wipe out the witch's familiar and reclaim territory for the people of the earth. And along the way, you're going to be doing that using all kinds of cool religious-themed weaponry that has, like, crosses and, like, ow! I didn't see the sniper in the bushes right there. That sucks. I got tagged. The enemy in this game is very aggressive, and they are very good at killing you. Do not underestimate them. This is a very challenging game that is not going to pull any punches once you get on into the nitty-gritty of it. But you're going to go on these limited runs where you go into different maps, and there is gold and treasure, and every enemy you kill gives you souls, a la Dark Souls. If you die, you drop your souls on the ground, and you can pick them up like on your next run, or just not pick them up at all and consider it a wash, depending on how the proceduralism plays out. What did I get? Oh my god, there's a guy with a sword. That's not great. That's not even a sword. I just got hoed. I think I got smacked with a hoe. But it's your job to extract as many souls, also known as Witchfire, to find gold so that you can fuel your research, because the time you spend in raid in this game or in the witch territory, it's keeping track of that. And you have research that's going on in the background in order to make your life a little bit better and unlock new weapons and unlock new upgrades and new thingies to play around. I don't know what those are. I've never seen those before. Are they a booby trap? They've got to be a booby trap. Ooh, Devourer. Okay. A devotee. Sorry, I thought those were called Devourers. Yeah. Not in love with what just happened right there. We just got smoked a little bit. The good news is I've got handy-dandy health potions that I can throw on down my gob in order to heal myself back on up. But the core basics of this game are that if you die, you lose everything. Except for, like, the things that you've unlocked. You go back to town, you rearm, you go again. Okay, I don't know exactly what those are. You do more research, you unlock more magic spells, like my Firebolt right there. You unlock new rings and things that change your playstyle. And the original patch of this game was good. it was promising, but it had a lot of really rough edges when it came to like the onboarding and the difficulty of the game that I think a lot of people had trouble kind of getting around. That has all been smoothed out now in this current... Where are these guys at? There we go. I'll tag you a little bit. Got you. Fire from the hillside here. The new patch completely rebuilds everything about the game. So the maps and the weapons and all that stuff kind of stay the same. The gameplay is more or less the same, but progression has been overhauled. That's now completely different. At the beginning of the game, you're given a choice of classes. One of the big issues people had with this game when they first started playing it is that you started out with a revolver in the old build. Some people didn't like the revolver. They found the revolver to not really be to their liking. But with the way the game was arranged, you could possibly be forced to play with that revolver for several hours before you unlock a new weapon. Ooh, there's traps, eh? Okay, we need to get rid of these on the ground right here. Those are bad. We don't want to get hit by those. Get into cover real fast. See if I can ricochet some bullets downfield. There's a lot of bad guys over here, dude. I don't know what I just walked into. Some kind of Witchfire powwow, but me no likey. What's going on over here? You? Alright, die real quick for me. You also die, and you also die. I have low ammo. That's very unfortunate. I wish that I did not have low ammo. There we go. Drop him real fast. But progression has been completely redone in this patch. It is in a much better state than it was previously. Now, there are 6 classes at the beginning of the game that you choose from, a la Dark Souls. They all start out with different stat arrays that will give you different boosts and access to different play styles. They start out with different weapons. They start out with different relics that accentuate those play styles, which is really, really good. If you want to start with a machine gun now, start with a machine gun. If you want to start with a Mac 11, start with a Mac 11. If you want to start out with a crossbow, start out with a crossbow. That virtually guarantees that onboarding is going to be a little bit smoother so that people aren't playing for long periods of time with a weapon that they don't like anymore. On top of that, the actual layout of the game has been completely redone as well. Is that guy shooting at me? I'll pop him in a minute. Let me grab my manifestation. So what you just saw right there was me clearing an enemy camp. When you clear an enemy camp, you get one of these big crystals. The big crystal will give you a randomized array of roguelite style abilities that only persist for this run. So we've got everything in here from attack damage to longer strafes to more situational things. Like if the enemy hits you, you get plus 75% damage for the next 10 seconds. Or it'll make your lightning spells hot more times and paralyze people more. Or you can carry around more elixirs with you so that you have more healing potion capacity, and this allows you to mash together a build around your stats and also around the weapons that you've brought with you into the run in order to get something that's pushing all in the same direction. I guess I'll take immunity reload. It makes me like resistant to damage should I happen to get hit right after reloading, and that might help out. I got you. I got you. You can't peek me over that hill. This is my hill. I'll pee on it if I have to. You better get out of here. Who's behind me? You gotta watch your mini-map a little bit. The mini-map, I think, is also a new addition to... He doesn't want to get tagged. The enemy in this game is quite intelligent. They will not let up. I promise you, the enemy in this game is going to run you ragged. If they see you focusing on one area of the battlefield, they will try to flank around if you're not focusing on them, and they'll try to get in behind you. They'll try to strike from unseen angles and get you into trouble that way. They will wait for their shots, and they hide in the trees, and they take cover behind things if they know that they're taking fire. The enemy in this game is actually quite good. This game is shockingly well put together for a game that was developed by a team of 12 people, effectively. Like, it was a very small team that put this game together, and yet they seem to have this mixture of sort of like the firing model of a game like Destiny, mixed with the extraction mechanics of a game like Tarkov, mixed with the roguelite mechanics of something like Hades, and then on top of that, there's sort of like this, ooh, increase my rate of fire, huh? Chance for killed enemies to drop a healing elixir. I want to take that, but that's just more useful. Healing elixirs to me are the greatest, like, funnel for how long you're going to be able to stay on the map, and making the enemies drop those more frequently, very, very helpful. We have a watcher over here, which is kind of like a mini boss. They drop a reagent you need to upgrade your weapons from level 2 to level 3, or level 1 to level 2, I guess, depending on how you look at it. While you're on the map, it does get harder, but it doesn't get harder in the way that you expect. So when you first start playing this game, you would probably assume that, like, being on the map longer is a bad thing. And in a way, that's true. However, it's also not completely true. So basically in this game, you get punished for making mistakes. That's it. If you look up in the top left-hand corner of the screen, you'll see like a little eyeball up there. That's how aware of us the witch is. Every time we make a mistake, like stepping in a trap or getting hit by an enemy, there's a percentage-based chance that that will go up. And when it reaches 5 eyeballs, the witch begins a ritual called the Cataclysm, which is going to summon effectively like a super boss onto the map that you can stand your ground and fight, or you can just run from and try to get to the extraction point before it spawns. It's up to you how you want to deal with that. But I have liked the Cataclysm events. They are very much fightable if you pay attention. Oh, we've got a treasure over here, huh? So these treasures right here, gold, as I talked about, there's going to be 2 primary resources in this game you need in order to make yourself a more effective Inquisitor. You're going to need Witchfire, which is souls. You use those to level up and also to access new areas of the base and to build up your base. I'll show you the Hermitorium after we get done with this run so that you can see what the base looks like. It got an expansion along with the progression system in this patch, so the base is much larger than it used to be. But you also need gold. Gold fuels your research. So you can research everything in this game from new weapons to new rings and new amulets that will protect you from evil, to new spells, to just all kinds of things that you can research in this game. You can research Arcana, which increases the amount of things that can come up in your Roguelite runs to give you more variety and help you get more of those little perks that make you stronger. This is worth gold right here, but picking it up, the curse risk is high. So it's going to roll a dice, basically, if I just pick this up. It's going to look at my luck stat, and depending on where my luck stat is at, it's going to assign a percentage chance that we fail to pick this up. If we fail to pick this up, we still get the gold, but it increases the witch's awareness of us a lot because we picked up one of her treasures. We can also sacrifice some of our XP in order to purify it and keep us undercover and just take the gold as it stands. And so that's what I've opted to do. Now this right here, you're going to see ghostly things all around the map now in the current build. What does that mean? The ghostly things around the map are things that appear when you've leveled up the map as well, because the map levels up in this game. By doing achievements, you're going to unlock a thing called Gnosis. And what Gnosis does is Gnosis is effectively like the heat level of the map and how hard it is right now. It's going to add more elites. It's going to add more booby traps. It's going to add more nastiness. It's going to add more challenges. But also, there's going to be a lot more treasure and a lot more loot on the map. Oh, we got you right there, huh? That's unfortunate. I don't like you none. You need to get out of here. I need to take care of this guy before. These guys are huge damage soaks, and I need to take care of him before his little homie Vanguard shows up on my left right there. And believe me, they are pushing up on me. Enemies come in variants. The variants don't really seem to matter right now. An enemy being called Elite, from what I've seen so far, basically just means that they have like way more health and they hit a lot harder. I would like to see some Diablo-esque mechanics brought on into that, where they get things like Waller, or they get the... Oh my god, okay, we got an artillery guy on us. I'll show you what he looks like in just a second, but we're going to want to fight from this cliff back here, and we're going to want to be very careful about the way we attack this. Fighting from range, very dominant in this game. I've had bad luck with close-range weapons. They're not terrible per se. Most of the point-blank weapons are like Jesus Yeetus Deletus guns that will like instantaneously kill the enemy in like 1 to 2 shots. However, you've got to get close enough to use them, and just about every enemy in this game has some kind of gnarly melee attack they're going to do that's going to hurt like hell if you get hit with it. So be careful. I'm going to light him up for a second. That's the mortar guy right there. We got to get him, otherwise he's going to bomb us out of the map the entire time we're playing. He's going to try to jump in on us, I think, unless I hit the head tap, which I did. There we go. I got you covered. Mortars are coming in right now. Where's this guy? Oh, dude, he's got this never-ending swath of just, like, swordsmen just being a headache. There he is. We staggered him. If we can keep him staggered with headshots, we'll be okay, and he's now down. I completely and totally forgot what I was talking about. Gnosis. So Gnosis is a new thing. So you go to a map, and it starts out on easy mode difficulty, basically, which is actually pretty good for people that had trouble with this game the last time around. There was a lot of complaints about this game being very difficult when it first came out, and it was hard to deny. The game is difficult. Now they put you on easy mode basically on a map that has no gnosis. Gnosis is a measurement of how gnarly the map's going to be, and you have to do achievements. And once you do those achievements, you can go down and you can read this big book that's in the basement of your base, and it will upgrade your gnosis level and make all the maps harder and add more things to them and make those ghostly things materialize so that you can now loot them, and they add new events and new possibilities that can come up during a run. And so that's how progression has been completely and totally rewired inside the confines of the current build. I'm very happy with that rebuild. I think it's very good. There will be events and random things to find all over the map. That's a healing mushroom right there. I'll eat that. In this game, one system I really like is there's herbology. There are things you can harvest to give yourself health back, but you've got to, like, taste them before you can figure it out. And so I've been slowly cataloging all the mushrooms on the map, which ones are eatable and which ones are not, because it can be a nice way to top up your health from time to time. It says there's something going on over here. I haven't quite figured out how to interact with this thing yet, so I don't know what it does. The new build is also a lot more esoteric than the last build was. There's a lot of things that are unexplained that you're just going to have to kind of like figure out for yourself. That's one of the map events right there, but I'm not quite sure how to trigger it. We've got another treasure over here. It's got a very high risk, 5k to cleanse it. I don't know if that'll leave me with enough souls to level up after I get out of here. We've pretty much cleansed the map already. It might not be a terrible idea to go after the boss and see how that goes and, like, unlock the next map. There are supply points all over the map that you can go to. They're marked with these little bullets right here. You are going to run low on ammo in this game. It's not as enormous of a problem as it was when the game first came out. It was very difficult to keep your guns reloaded when this game first came out. That's no longer an issue. You don't get very low on ammunition. Enemies now drop ammunition at a much higher rate, and the ones that drop ammo are marked with a little target above their head. It'll give you 7 or 8 bullets, basically the bullets back if you didn't miss any shots from killing them. But it's much easier to keep your guns reloaded now than it was in the previous builds. I'm going to hit a supply point, and then we'll go take a look and see what this boss is all about. I remember killing her in the last early access, but I haven't killed her since, so she might have changed. This might be a really bad idea. All right, 5,000 Witchfire. Let's take a crack at the boss. Down, down into his murky lair. The shield bearer, huh? All right, let's see what you got, shield bearer. You can catch this 5.56 right to the dome piece. He's actually got a chin on him. And not like a tiny chin on him. He's got a decent chin on him. Okay, so it looks like he basically does the same attack animations that you're going to come across with the swordsman. It looks like he does the same attack right there. I'm a little bit concerned that he's gonna morph though. Like, it can't be this simple, right? Like, it factually, there we go. Okay, so he summons in a whole bunch of little guys right there. I'll chain them all up with the ricochet rifle. Oh my goodness. Okay, almost caught me right there too. Chew them up real fast. Oh, and he's back again. Okay, they're down. Where's he at? There he is right there. Let's go ahead and light him up a little bit. That health meter is not moving the way that I want it to. That is for truthfulness right now. Almost got him to half. If I can, like, keep rounds on him, maybe. Oh, he's going to summon him again, huh? I foresee a problem coming up. I see a potential issue coming up. I haven't seen any ammo drop off of these guys just yet. In a vacuum, I think we've got this. But ammo is getting kind of shallow right now. Oh, come on. Okay, there's the half. I wonder if I've got a... He gets like little red orbs over his shoulders before he jumps. Fortunately, I'm a little bit tied down right now, so I can't, like, postulate on it too much. But when he does the little jump thing, there's, like, orbs that come out behind him. But I'm tapped out on ammo now. I mean, he's doing that summon thing, like, non-stop. I can melee, but I don't think I want to melee this guy from half health down to no health. That's definitely what I'm not trying to do. The enemy seems to be dropping a lot of health potions. No ammo, though. Oh, he's got a shield now. What does the shield do? Away? No, I don't think away was the right plan. So apparently it's like a miasma or something, so I gotta stay inside the circle over here. Kind of hard to tell what's dealing damage right now. I'm a little bit overwhelmed. There's a lot of things taking place. So I think you've got to stay inside the sphere. I think that much is apparent. Keep the health flowing on up. Yeah, no health pickups around here. This is problematic. Okay, we'll stay on the inside here. You definitely don't want this phase to happen while he's got his summons up. What's up with that flash? I don't know if I can harm... Oh, dude, I'm out of stamina. Oh, no. Damn. I don't know how you have enough ammo for that fight. That's a tough one. I think if I had had ammo, I would have been good on that one, but you run out of ammo so quickly. He might have a little bit of an inflated health value right there. I don't really know too much. Definitely going to need more ammo, or at least ammo pickups inside the arena right there. Otherwise, we only got him to half health, and I was pretty much dry on all my magazines right there. I was having to go into melee and, like, use my spells, which I'm not a spell build. Like, I'm totally and completely tapped out on spells. And so, unfortunately, we didn't make the run right there, but that was our first look at the boss. I don't remember if he's the same as he was the last time that I fought him, but either way, start putting some ammo chests, or at least make every single Revenant drop an ammo on that boss fight. Otherwise, you just tap out on ammo too quickly. I think I might have been able to take him with the shotgun, but I don't know if the ammo would have held out on the shotgun. This is the Hermitorium right here. This is where we live at. This is where we come from. It's got a bunch of little areas. Basically, over here, you level up your character using Witchfire. And then the stats, actually, I guess I'll show you the stats real fast because people are going to care about the progression. If you take a look at the stats, you've got HP, you've got how much you get healed by your elixirs, you've got how much stamina you've got, how good you are with spells, how much Witchfire you get from killing guys, and then luck, which affects a whole bunch of stuff like crit rate, and whether or not you strike out when you pick up a treasure. Over here, on this side, we've got ourselves the gear loadout area. The gear loadout area is going to allow you to equip different things that will make your job easier or harder. This is what I've unlocked so far. I have the Ricochet, which is an assault rifle. I have the Hypnosis, which is a bolt-action rifle. You saw that on the last run. I have the Hunger, which is a big old, like, kind of hand cannon revolver. If you play hand cannons in Destiny, you'll instantly, it feels identical. It's really, really good. We've got the Cricket over here, which is like a Mach 11 that dumps its mag instantaneously and does a ton of damage point blank. And then we've got the Psychopomp over here, which is an interesting shotgun. It's a semi-automatic shotgun that you can spam as much as you want. So you can be like bam, 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 bam if you want to. But every time you fire it, it lowers your stamina by 10%. You got to wait for it to regenerate. And the gun is not very helpful if you're out of stamina. So this guy right here actually has like a very high level of play because you've got to be able to monitor all your various stats in the UI while also scrumming with the enemy. I prefer the Hypnosis. I find that being able to engage from nearly infinite distance is the force multiplier you kind of need in this game. You can also equip relics. All of this stuff levels up if you right-click on it. These guns will give you achievements. When you do those achievements, you basically just slot them on in, and the gun will get a new stat on it that does something interesting. It'll also increase its damage and things like that, I think. And so I need a third Mysterium incantation for this guy, which I don't have just yet. From what I was noticing, some of the guns seem to change, too. When you level them up, they seem to get more adornments and stuff, but that might have just been my mind playing with me. Over here is where you do research. These are all of the things that you can research. As of right now, a lot of those things are going to be unavailable due to the early access nature of the game, but all of this stuff is available, and all of this stuff is available right now. You just got to play the game in order to do it. It does allow you to selectively choose the things that you want to have with you. What you want to level up, basically. Demonic weapons or like light spells. Demonic weapons are like your super weapons. You can see mine right here. Mine shoots a crossbow bolt that if it hits the first target, it bounces around, kind of like the dude from Mary Poppins guy from Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, it'll flick around after it hits the first guy and fly around hitting people for a little bit. This is basically your super weapon right here. You only break it out when you're really, really hosed. We got to go back inside. As of right now, the game only has 2 maps. There's the Iron Gate Castle, and there's there's the Scarlet Coast. When you level up your Gnosis, there are new enemy types that show up and new booby traps and things like that show up, though. And so, replaying the same map over and over, I don't know, dude. I'm an Escape from Tarkov player. I've been playing custom since, like, 2019, you know what I mean? 2018, for thousands and thousands of hours, so it doesn't really bother me altogether that much. What bothers me is if the shooter gameplay is not good. And, brother, luckily, in this game, the shooter gameplay is quite good. Now, I don't know if because we died in the boss room, it's going to kick my loot back out. I hope it does, because I would like to go reclaim my souls real fast. We probably just line these guys up with the ricochet rifle. My ricochet rifle's ability is that I can tag people while not firing, and then bullets will bounce in between all the people that I tag. That's pretty much it. I'm going to grab this manifestation right here. We can get anti-element. We can get more bolt jumps. All of these are kind of useless to me. I guess I'll go anti-element, I suppose. Like, there's a chance, I guess, that some enemies will be lit on fire, and some things may inherit some extra damage along the way. It's kind of hard to say, though. I'm not really like an elemental build right now. Oh, it spawns a guy. Okay, so it's a spawner pod. That's what those do. Well, then I guess I will destroy them. Yeah, they're woodsman pie. I'm going to grab that Angelica right there, too. That Angelica is used for making health potions when you go back to base. You've got to stock up your health potions if you want to have health potions on your run. In earlier builds of the game, health potions were kind of like a rarity for the first big chunk of the game. In this build, there's a lot more health potion material. What was that unhappy noise? There are a lot more things you can do. I still have no idea what this little orb does right here. What if I, like, do I have to feed it souls? What if an enemy gets close? Let's see if an enemy gets close to it, if anything happens. Maybe shoot it with magic? Shooting it with magic didn't do anything, so I don't think magic really helped out right there. Okay. That doesn't look like it did anything either. Doesn't look like I can melee it. I have no clue how to activate this thing. I'm going to be super honest with you. I've been seeing this thing on my map for a while, and I know it's an event because it's marked on the map, but I haven't been able to, like, get it to do anything. I'll just get back to it. We got to, like, reclaim all the souls that we lost on that last run. You do have a dash in this game. You do have a double jump. It's got a little bit of an influence of, like, a movement shooter inside of there as well. Those Witchfire shards that I just picked up, that's permanent XP that you can't lose. You can break them when you get back to base, and it'll give you Dark Souls-style souls, basically. Let's go with a bonus elixir right there. I got Angelic over on this side, too. I'm going to grab that real quick. Woodsman spawning everywhere. Angelic over here, too. We'll grab that as well. But I'm very happy with this patch. There's still some rough edges on this one. But, that having been said, this is a very good patch for the game. It's abundantly apparent to me that the developers listened to feedback. They watched the forums. They watched the subreddit. They saw the things that people were kind of, like, frustrated with about the game. They went through, they fixed most of them with this patch while adding a little bit more content. There's some new cataclysms. I think there's like 6 new guns in the game as of right now. There's an entirely new area of the base for you to explore. If that's your kind of thing, you can go through there and sort of figure out the new secrets of the Hermitorium. I should probably just get you with a sniper rifle. You're pretty far out. There we go. It's very, very rare that I am super happy with a patch and that I feel, oh my god, okay. Nope, don't like what just happened here. Weirdly, we don't have any awareness because I haven't really been getting hit. We're going to run out right there. I got to get up in the air. There we go. Woof. We took a hit right there, but those little sniper guys are a bit rough. Drop him real fast. You can see how the game... Oh, we got a little bit of witch awareness now. That's not great. I would rather not have witchy awareness, but hey. Are you not dead? Oh, he's an elite. That's why. I was going to say, why are you... Oh, my God. Okay, yeah, never do that again. Please stop. Anybody else got ammo for me? Ammo would be really, really great. But it's a rare thing that I play through a new build of a game, and I think to myself, everything here is a positive change. As of the most recent patch, this game is a much better game than it was previously, and it was already a really promising game to begin with. It just had a lot of rough edges, and so I'm happy to see this game doing pretty well right now. The only downside is game is solamente available on Epic, which I think is going to rub people a lot the wrong way. Sort of is what it is. I did, when the developers emailed me about this new build going out, I asked them when their exclusivity was up so that I could appraise you guys of it, so that, you know, that was right there in the video, and you could figure out what timeline you were going to be able to play this game on. Unfortunately, mum's the word on that, so I don't honestly know. Usually when it comes to Epic releases, there's a couple different types of exclusivity. A exclusivity is that it's for 1 year. B exclusivity is that it's for the entire duration of early access, and then when it gets to 1.0, it releases on Steam. I don't really know what to tell you right there. This is the first time that I've loaded up Epic, and probably since the last time I covered this game, and so I'm not a big Epic user. Still, the game is really, really rad, and I think the developers deserve kudos for making something super rad. Making something super rad is difficult. Super rad things don't come around very often, especially things that are developing in such a positive direction as this title. So, kind of is what it is. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were checking out Witchfire, a game where you are a Warhammer fantasy-styled inquisitor heading on out into a post-apocalyptic witch environment to murder creatures, hunt monsters, collect loot, get out if you can. This game is fully PvE. I don't know if I mentioned that before. This is a single-player game. So that's going to be an important piece of information to get across. But otherwise, I think it's time for me to go. I will see you all later with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. Don't forget to check out the stream bot if you wanted to see more of this game and my learning process and kind of the thoughts and things that I go through while prepping for one of these videos. I will catch you all later, and that's about all I got for you. Bye, folks.